A sports podcast. I'm Nacho.
I'm Garuta. I always love our intro.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just silence. He's like, all right, I'm gonna start it, and then he just silence for probably a good 5 to 7 seconds, and then just, what up, all my mingas?
Well, so we recorded live, twitch.tv/Nacho live. The O is a 0. And it takes a second for it to go live. And I start the podcast as soon as the stream starts because it helps with timestamps. And I'm like, all right, we're ready to go. And he's like, yep. And then it's silent because it's loading. And he goes, fucking go already.
I did say that today.
And I'm like, it's a funny bit, but nah, we'll restart. And we did. So what up, all my mingas?
Yeah. Anyways, news. So we are sports. We're gonna talk about the MLB awards. Because they've been released this past week. I'm gonna read some. I don't know. Have you seen them at all?
I have.
Okay. We're gonna start with MVP, which just got announced like
An
a
hour
couple
ago.
hours ago. Yeah. Shohei Ohtani, unanimous in the AL. I think we all knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Not a lot to say about that, really. He pitched and he hit very
He hit
well.
nukes and then he threw punchies.
He hit nukes and also pitched 5 innings. So anytime anyone does that, you're automatically gonna at least be in the conversation. But he did it very well, so he won it. So congrats to him. Bryce Harper from the Phillies almost said Nationals. They're not Nationals. Was it? Yeah.
Yeah, he was in the Nets.
Nationals. He's like just travels to red teams.
This is only a second team.
But still, it's like I don't think of the AL East as much, or not the AL, the NL East as much. All the teams just kind of meld together.
Yeah.
And, the Nationals and the Phillies are practically the same team. They both have star outfielders and are also rebuilding.
Yeah, they're both like kind of nobodies, but the Phillies have Bryce Harper and the Nats have Juan Soto.
Yeah. So, whatever. Bryce Harper won. He deserved it. He was pretty good.
Everybody's gonna cry that Tatis didn't get it.
He didn't deserve it. He was
Bryce
out 3 months
Harper.
with
Yeah,
injury.
Bryce Harper deserved it so much more.
I don't even think Tatis should have been in the conversation.
He wasn't. He probably got like a single vote.
Yeah. I'm gonna go through some people who got singular votes in a second. So first off, Cy Young, AL goes to Robbie Ray, who I'm like, he was kind of an obscure candidate, and then I looked at his numbers and holy shit.
No, he deserved it.
Yeah, I can see that. But big fan of Liam Hendricks getting a few votes as a reliever for Cy Young.
Hell yeah.
I just thought that was funny. Eovaldi was 4th. He finished 4th in voting. Which I think was pretty well deserved. He didn't have Cy Young numbers, but he had good numbers. And as for the NL, Corbin Burns, I mean, no one could really touch him this year, except for if he had played the entire season. DeGrom got a vote, which shocked me because he was out since like June. Yeah, he's been out for a while, but he got a vote. But he had the clear numbers to win it if he had played the season, in my opinion. AL Rookie of the Year goes to Arozarena, who I didn't even think was eligible for it. Because, he played last year.
Yeah, but the MLB's weird like that. If you get called up in like the middle of the season, it's not your rookie year. Like your full rookie season counts as your rookie year.
Wander Franco, who was a big name, was 3rd. That's the only name on this list. And I don't know any fucking name. on the NL Rookie of the Year.
Gotta be
I
real.
don't know any name.
Didn't even know this guy existed.
Jonathan India.
Did-
He got 29 first place votes. Wins above replacement is a 3.9, which isn't bad.
Should we talk about the people who are moving teams?
Yeah, if you want to. I was going to talk about managers first. Manager of the year.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Kevin Cash from the Rays. Yeah, I guess deserved. He went back to back, but he won a lot of games, so take it. And then Gabe Kapler from the Giants.
Very well deserved.
That was very well deserved.
The Giants were a team of like kind of nobodies who made it actually work.
They were slated to go like 500.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like third in the NL West, 500 record. You know, they're in the middle. Like everyone thought they were in the middle of a rebuild, and holy shit, they were right at the end of it. And they got some good young talent.
I thought they were gonna go to the World Series.
I would have loved to see.
They had an honest chance.
I would have loved to see a Giants Red Sox World Series.
That's what I predicted it was gonna be.
I knew it was slim that the Sox were getting in, but I thought the Giants had a really fair shot, and then they lost to the Dodgers.
Yeah.
But yeah, go talk about the player movement.
It's very sad to say as a Red Sox fan, but Eduardo Rodriguez is going to the Tigers.
That upsets me.
It very much upsets me. And it looks like the Tigers are looking to make a lot of moves to, you know, be an actual team this year. I mean, they didn't do that bad. To be fair, they didn't do that bad this year.
No,
they rose above my expectation. Good. No, but they did better.
The thing is, they were bad in a bad division. Yeah. So you could say that, okay, they're like going up to par with their division, but they're also like dog shit. So I don't know. But yeah, the Tigers are getting Erod, which I will miss, but I don't think he was a necessity for us to keep.
It would have been nice.
Liked to have him.
Yeah, I would have liked our pitching is kind of what made us not go to the World Series, but
yeah, but with with us not re-signing him, it saves us some money to where we can maybe get another free agent pitcher. Cough cough, Max Scherzer.
Oh my god.
I was talking with one of my friends about this, and I'm like, this like is a possibility.
That's legitimately a possibility.
And then I saw something today that was like, what if the Red Sox get who's the Blue Jays second baseman? Marcus Semien. If the Sox get Semien, that could be
kind of sick,
kind of good, because we kind of do have a hole at second base, I would say.
Yeah, ever since Dustin Pedroia started being injured, we've always been shaky around second.
Like we put Kike there a couple times. We've played Arroyo. When we had Marwin Gonzalez, we put him there sometimes. But like, it's always been like not solidified.
Mm-hmm.
If we were to pick up Semien, we would have a solid infield with Rafi, Bogarts, and Schwarber. Schwarber at first.
Is Schwarber staying?
I think so. I think he wants to stay.
That'd be kind of sick.
I don't think we'd have to pay him like top dollar for it. We'd probably have to break a little bit, but enough to be able to sign other big guys.
I mean, he's a little shaky at first, but like he's been getting he's been getting better.
He just has to get comfortable in the system.
Yeah.
And then have an outfield of Kike, Verdugo, and Renfroe. With Vasquez behind the plate.
That's a pretty good team.
It's just depending on the pitching.
Yeah, the pitching is kind of what threw us.
Say our starting pitching was bad.
No, our relief was not great.
It always goes back to the bullpen. And like I don't know. It's gonna be weird seeing the rotation next year. We're gonna have Sale, Evaldi, Pivetta. We might even put Tanner Houck in there. Maybe put Garrett Richards if we don't pick up any big free agents.
Mm-hmm.
I know Verlander. He re-signed with the
re-signed with the
Astros.
Astros.
Yeah, so he's off. Scherzer, knowing the Dodgers, Scherzer's gonna re-sign with the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Most likely. But it's still a good hope to, it's fun to hope a really good player comes to Boston.
And it's kind of nice how Schwarber is, at heart a catcher. So I'm sure the switch to first isn't that bad because he's not an outfielder. They just put him there because he can hit.
Yeah.
And there's no designated hitter. And he's an all right outfielder, but.
Mm-hmm. And JD is returning to the Red Sox. We signed him back. So there's our DH. Hopefully his ankle isn't fucked by next year. But that's all I got to talk about baseball.
Nah, there's one more.
Oh, who?
Noah Syndergaard going to the Angels.
Oh, yeah.
A very weird.
That was weird. Like, the Mets had such a good team, and now they are dismantling so much.
Yeah.
DeGrom got injured, and everything went downhill.
It's on a 1-year deal.
So, yeah, I wouldn't expect him to sign
he's
multi-year, especially with the Angels.
Yeah, he's leaving next year. Oh my God,
the 1-2 of Syndergaard and Shohei on the mound.
Eek.
Oh, that's just weird to think about. I don't like that.
Anyways, moving on to football news.
Yeah, football. Before we started getting in the games, this is at the bottom of the document, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
For the first time in NFL history, there are 13 teams with 4 or 5 wins in Week 10. Every NFL team has 2 losses, and over the last 2 weeks, 8 teams that entered a game as a division leader were upset. So everyone is alive, technically, for the playoffs. Except maybe Detroit. Detroit can still win the division. I saw something about that the other day.
Can they? Yeah, but is it like if every other team throws?
If Detroit wins the rest of their games, the Packers lose the rest of their games, and Minnesota and Chicago lose some in between, then the Lions can win the division.
Let me see if the Lions' schedule is, see if they can even win a game.
You don't want to look at that. You don't want to look at that.
Poor fucking guys.
I think they still play the Packers twice. Am I right?
No, just once.
Oh, they already played them, yeah.
They do play the Browns this week, and the Browns did get their throat fucked.
Yeah, we'll cover that later. But yeah, well, since we're looking at it right now,
mm-hmm.
Where do you see the Lions winning? Which games?
So
we're looking at the schedule.
For the audience, it's Lions, Browns, then they go to the Bears, or no, Bears at home.
Bears at home, Vikings at home.
They go to the Broncos, Cardinals at home. They go to the Falcons. They go to the Seahawks, and then end it with Packers at home. If I don't see the Falcons losing a game to the Lions,
I could. I see maybe 5 games.
They could win?
I think I see 5 winnable games.
Oh, you know what? I do too. I don't know if I'd see the 5. Browns is a winnable game. Bears like to get fucked by the refs. Broncos, who knows? Falcons, and then Packers, because they're not going to play Aaron Rodgers that game. They're going to play Jordan Love. no
Yes,
risk of injury.
that's exactly what I was gonna say. I
When
think
you
the Packers
yeah,
are
when you
gonna
said
have
that.
something locked up already for the playoffs. They're not gonna be needing to fight for the seed.
No,
Like
they're gonna
I
win
think
their
the
division
Packers
easy.
I think the Packers could easily get the 1 seed if they, play all their starters, and then they'll have it locked up by week 18. So they'll rest their starters, and then the Lions can get a win.
Even with Jordan Love, I feel like Jordan Love could beat the Lions. So,
I don't know.
I mean, Jordan Love is
He
amazing,
kind of
but
sucks.
yeah, but the Lions.
Yeah. We'll get to the Lions later.
But also, it'll be fun. Yeah, we will. It'll be funny because like that'll be if they pull in Aaron Rodgers for that game or they sit him for that game, the Lions will be trying their ass off for a win,
Oh yeah, easily.
and
But
it'd be funny to see them lose.
yeah.
The
But
Packers lose. I mean,
I was like noticing this. Like I'm like putting out, or I put all like the records and all the game of all the teams in this document. And I'm like looking, I'm like, there's a lot more teams at 500 than usual. And I was gonna bring it up. And then I'm just browsing the web and I see that post of like, this is the first time that there are 13 teams with 4 or 5 wins through week 10. And I'm like, well shit, there's the stat I'm looking for. But yeah, it's it's a very close season,
yeah, this has been
which
a
is weird.
very weird season.
Yeah. So it's really anyone can make the playoffs.
At this point, yeah.
I mean, I would label Detroit out,
Mm-hmm.
the Jets out,
Yeah,
Jacksonville out.
yeah.
Miami's still fighting.
I don't see them.
I don't want to.
I don't think they
I
can
think
have
it's
enough.
unlikely. I wouldn't rule it out. Houston's out.
Well, let's look at the. I'm looking at the Dolphins' schedule.
Mhm.
Winnable schedule, actually, kind of. They
Yeah,
play the Jets
Dolphins have.
twice, and then that's the only wins they can get. Honestly, I see.
They
So
still play the Jets twice, so that's something.
yeah, they'll have 2 more wins on the season. Dolphins
Yeah,
fans, you'll be
but
what 5-12?
yeah, they are on a 2-game win streak. Against one of them was against a quality opponent in the Ravens. They play the Jets so they can keep their momentum going. And then Panthers is going to be just a weird game.
We'd have to see the state of the Panthers at that point.
Yeah.
That's so hard to judge.
Yeah, the Giants is going to
The
be
Giants
a
are a
fucking
better
coin
team.
flip. It's going to be a
Giants are a
fucking
better
coin
team.
flip. It's going to be a coin flip. I already know it, Nacho. Jets again is winnable. Saints, it depends on which Saints decide to show up.
Yep.
Titans, they lose. Pats, they lose. I think is pretty
Pats, they
safe to
win
say.
another fumble.
Probably.
I will.
How sad does that make you?
I'll burn down my house if that happens.
Nice. But yeah, like the only
With everyone safely
team.
outside.
Nice. The only team that is out, like actually out of the playoff picture from the NFC is Detroit. Every other NFC team has at least 3 wins. So that could get interesting.
If a team starts to get momentum, yeah, they could
If
make
a
it.
team gets hot,
If
they can make the 7 seed, and if they stay hot,
yeah, honestly, if you just become a little bit better, any NFC team, you can make the playoffs.
I have so much false hope for the Giants.
No,
Like we're a
trust.
3-win team, but it's still like a winnable season technically.
Let's see what you got.
It's not
Not
terrible.
it's not bad. You guys
great.
don't have the worst.
It's not terrible, but it's not great. We play the Bucks Monday night. Then we still have the Eagles twice, Cowboys and football team, and we play Bears, Chargers, Dolphins. Like I think it's gonna be close games, but I don't think we're gonna get fully like. I don't think we're gonna be great. We might squeak in to the playoffs just because the NFC's so top heavy.
I would love to see that.
Like the first 5 seeds, I think in the NFC are locked.
I'd love to
What did
see
you
that
say?
for you, but I have a coworker who's a Giants fan, and I shit on her for it.
Listen, if the Giants make the playoffs, we still have the Bears draft pick as insurance.
True,
That's all I'm saying.
true. Oh,
Yeah,
I saw a picture of what the draft looks like now, and it's
it's
stupid because
all
it's the same
it's
two.
all in New York and Philly,
Yeah,
and I love it because Philly has the the Dolphins pick. I think they have
yes.
or they have San Fran or the Dolphins. It's one of those two, and then they have like the Colts. If I'm not mistaken, I could be mistaken though. And then the Jets have Seattle's, and the Giants have the Bears. Are you looking it up?
Yeah, I am. Can't find it though.
I think it's San Fran. I think Philly has San Fran and Indianapolis. Because there's that weird fuckery deal with like the top 10 picks in the draft this year, with like San Fran trading up to 3 through Miami and Philadelphia. And then
Yeah, Eagles from
uh
the Dolphins.
it is from the Dolphins. Okay.
You have back-to-back picks right now at 6 and 7,
Yeah, cuz we have the same record.
and then
But
the Jets have a Seahawks one,
yeah, cuz from the Jamal Adams trade.
and then right now it's pick 13. Miami Dolphins have from San Fran, and then
Anyways,
the
what's
Eagles have from the Colts.
the Colts? Yeah, that's from the Carson Wentz deal. Because Carson Wentz so far has played 70% of the snaps this season. That would suck if like week 14 Carson Wentz gets hurt and then can't play, and then Philly doesn't get their first round, they get a second round instead.
If it's like 65% or something.
I think it's 70.
No, I mean like that's how much he played.
Yeah, if he plays like 65, there's like just barely under 70, and he gets hurt, and then like there's like you lose an entire round's draft pick from it. Honestly, if you're the Colts and you're in a good enough spot, just don't play him. Start a backup.
Yeah, get them time.
Like, could you imagine Carson Wentz in week 15 gets sat just so that Philly doesn't get the Colts first round pick?
It's the biggest ball
That would be the
move ever. That's
that would be
hilarious.
that would be the funniest thing ever because Philly fans would never live it down. They would never let that down ever because Philly fans are the most obnoxious fans in all of sports. And watching Eagles fans cry because the Colts sat Carson Wentz so that they wouldn't give up their first round pick is hilarious. All right, I think we should get into our best and worst.
I think we should.
My best. This may come as a shock because it wasn't actually a good game. It was the Rams at the Niners. Rams lost 31-10. Um, but San Fran played a solid fucking game.
Mm-hmm.
They had their game plan and they stuck to it. They said we're gonna run on almost every first and second down, and then if we get to third down, Debo's down there somewhere.
Deebo Samuel had a pretty good game.
Debo had like, I want to say he had like 20 something fantasy points.
He had 97 yards, one
My
touchdown.
lineup. Because the Patriots play, and I do not know if I have Jacoby Myers in or not.
I would if I was you.
I know. Oh, he's already in. Yeah,
I
Jacoby
think the game
Myers.
started.
1 reception for 5 yards. All right, that's good. Yeah, I can check the rest later. All right. Um, but yeah, the Niners, they had their game plan. They stuck to it. They played physical on defense, and they won in the trenches. And I think that's what won in the game. Usually, that's where you win on the line of scrimmage more than the other team. Then you usually win the game. And the Rams' offense didn't perform great with OBJ in his first game as a Ram.
Yeah.
A lot of memes about that. But
Yeah, memes about him requesting a trade already.
yeah. Um, but yeah, good game by the Niners. They're coming back in their division, I think. People are starting to get healthy.
Yeah.
I don't think they're Super Bowl contenders like everyone thought, but I think that they're good enough to maybe make the playoffs.
The Rams, horrible. It was just pain to watch them play.
Yeah. They're going into a bye week, and I think they need it.
If they were to have it any week, this is such a good week for them.
Yeah, you're going in on a two-loss streak to a division opponent, and then who'd they lose to? Like it was something dumb too. Oh no, they lost to the Titans. Never mind. They got blown out by the Titans on Monday night or on Sunday night the week before. So two like big losses, and then you get a bye week. And after the bye week, you have to go to Lambeau Field and play the Packers. So that's tough.
Yeah.
You're the Rams, that's tough. But they need the bye week. And that's my best. What do you got, Nacho?
So my best would have to be, and I know, I'm partial to him, the New England game. But also, this was kind of the majority of people saying that this was kind of the best game. So, and because of the Patriots side, we won 45-7.
Yeah, who is the majority of people?
My Instagram. And
okay.
I think NFL Network.
Yeah, there are a lot of blowouts this week, hence the name of this episode.
But the game started with a solid drive from Cleveland. I'm like, okay, this is going to be a dogfight. Like this is actually going to be tough.
And then it wasn't.
And then they got a touchdown in their first drive. They went for it was 4th down too, and they went for it and got a touchdown. And I was like, oh shit, the Browns are here. And then our first drive, it didn't start out amazing. They were blocking our run game. We couldn't do anything with our run game, but we got a touchdown out of it. It was pretty good. And then from that point, we just kept looking forward. Mac Jones, what was he? 19 for 23, 193 yards, I think. Man was throwing dimes that I don't know if you've seen that touchdown to Kendrick Bourne. Perfect spot. It's a gorgeous pass. He's feeling really comfortable. We had great rhythm. Hunter Henry, he's the next New England tight end. We need one of those.
Hunter Henry is like one of the best red zone tight ends in the league right now, and nobody's noticing it.
I've been saying that he's our new Gronk because whenever Brady needed somebody in the end zone, throw it to Gronk. Mac Jones needs somebody in the end zone, Hunter Henry. And it works.
They do that little. They do like a little flat route almost, or an out route, and they'll just take a few steps in, run to the sideline. You've already beaten your defender. Catch the ball, be more physical, and that's how Hunter Henry plays, and that's how the Patriots are winning in the red zone almost every time.
Yeah, honestly, but and near the end of the game, Mac Jones was sat for Brian Hoyer. I assume just don't bother injure him. Get Brian Hoyer some time. I love that idea.
Yeah,
he was given the majority of the fourth quarter. He was given, I think, like 9 or 10 minutes in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, because you were still up by like 4 scores.
Yeah, but he threw a touchdown pass to Jacoby Myers. He has his first touchdown in 3 years.
It's his first. Isn't it his first like? It's not his first NFL touchdown, right?
It is. No, it's his first NFL
It
touchdown.
was his first.
Yeah, he's caught like 2-point conversions and he's caught touchdowns that were called back, but this is his first
Oh,
touchdown that counted. And he was drafted in 19. He didn't play.
okay.
He didn't play much in 19, but last year he stepped up to a pretty good role.
Huh.
And now he's just first down machine.
Yeah, I have him on fantasy, and that touchdown really helped because my team of literal backups beat the best team in our league now. Camaro was out, Robert Woods tore his ACL, and Julio Jones was on IR. So there's 3 players that I had on my fantasy team. So I'm like, fuck it, we've got to put Jacoby Myers in, and boy did he ball.
You know,
Um,
I've been saying we don't really have a solid one receiver. We have 2 receivers in each place, and it just works, honestly, because we don't have one guy that we just throw to. We throw to whoever.
Yeah, well, that's always how Belichick has been. He likes to disperse the ball to anyone. If you can catch a ball, you're going to get it thrown to you. That's just how the Patriots have operated for years. You'll always see New England getting these no-name receivers
That are good.
the ball. Yeah. And now Mac Jones is doing it, so very, very good.
And that's all I had.
All right. So my worst was I thought this was going to be the best. There are so many people hyping this game up. I was watching Sunday NFL Countdown, and everyone's like, "This is gonna be the matchup to watch," and it was shitty. It was such a bad game.
Yeah.
It was Seattle at Green Bay. Green Bay shuts out Seattle, shuts out Russell Wilson for the first time in his career. Russell Wilson, I think, was searching for like his 100th win today or on Sunday. I think he's like 99-51 now.
I
Like that's
saw
his record.
I saw a stat that was like every time the Packers and Seahawks have played each other, the home team has won.
Yeah.
And I said this last week that Russell Wilson is not ready to come back in, and he wasn't.
No, he looked bad. I don't know if it was like cuz his finger was bothering him or something, but everyone was like this tremendous comeback story. Like, wow, he's the surgery that was supposed to sideline him for 8 weeks and he's back in 3. It's a miracle. And then he just played like shit. like and like nobody was expecting that. Like for real? Cuz they did not play good. What did Russ have? Russ went 50% passing, 20 to 20 or 20 for 40. 161 yards. Or is that 60? Yeah. 161 yards and 2 interceptions. No touchdowns. Those are not good numbers. Rodgers went 23 for 37, 300 yards and a pick, no touchdowns. Like this is just a bad game.
Yeah, it wasn't great to watch either. I was watching and
Yeah.
I was just like, can someone score or like what's
Did
happening?
someone do anything? Yeah, there was a field goal in the second quarter by Green Bay. And then the first touchdown was scored in the fourth quarter by Green Bay. But like it was just not good. There was no good running game, no good passing game. And for a hyped game like this, boy were people shut up real quick. I didn't hear anything about this game afterwards. Except it was like, oh, Rodgers looked like he was off of a bye week and Russ looked very bad. And yeah, that's all I got about this game. It was not good.
Yeah. My worst, and it was kind of difficult to pick a worst because there wasn't like horrific.
Because there were so many bad
Like,
games, but no terrible games.
yeah, so I had the Falcons at Dallas against the Cowboys. The score 3-43. And by golly, the Cowboys just had a game. Like, it was absolute, domination against the Falcons.
Yeah, they showed that last week against Denver was a fluke.
That was just a bad day.
Yeah, Dallas kind of fisted Atlanta. Like, for lack of a better term,
Yeah.
fucked.
You know,
Atlanta did not look good.
well, to be fair, the Falcons team doesn't have too many great names on it. I mean, you have Matt Ryan, who's playing pretty decent. He's a talented veteran.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I think just the trio of Matt Ryan, Cordero Patterson, and Kyle Pitts, like, that trio is very good, but there's no O-line and there's absolutely no defense. And, like, if Matt Ryan has an off day, there's no chance. There's zero chance Atlanta wins if Matt Ryan doesn't have a good game.
yeah, because Matt Ryan has proved he can win games. I mean, he's a previous MVP. He's a great quarterback. People say that he's all washed up and bad. I still think he's a great quarterback. Is he the best quarterback in the league? No, but yeah, go
You want to
ahead.
hear his stats? 9 for 21, 117 yards, 2 picks.
Okay, well, he didn't have a great day.
That was Matt Ryan stats against Dallas.
But also
Wow,
from those, it's difficult to tell. Is that because the defense, his offense, him? So you always have to assume it's all three. But that's all I really have to say.
I'm looking at the play-by-play. Wait, Matt Ryan only had 2 picks? Why is there 3 intercept? Who else threw an interception? Hold on, I gotta. There's something more important I gotta do right here.
All right. What?
No way.
Oh, you didn't know? I knew this.
No, I didn't know.
Go ahead and say it, because I know what you're gonna say.
I'm looking at the play-by-play because I'm looking to see. Matt Ryan has 2 interceptions, but the play-by-play says that the Falcons threw 3 picks. Josh Rosen, pass short middle, intended for Pitts, intercepted.
I did know about this.
Oh man, I didn't know they put Josh Rosen in.
Yeah, Matt Ryan wasn't having an amazing day, so they put Josh Rosen in. But this also, it does say how good the Dallas offense is when they start clicking.
Yeah, like,
Dallas has pretty high playoff hopes because of the way they're playing. Or they've been playing, I should say.
The first half was 2 CeeDee Lamb touchdowns, 2 Zeke touchdowns, and then a blocked punt that went for a touchdown. That was a nice blocked punt too. Like, it was good. But yeah, Dallas destroyed Atlanta. What else is new?
But to our favorite segment in a very strange game for that.
This game was made for this segment.
In the segment being, that certainly was a game.
That certainly was a game. This week, the first tie of the 2021 season, and potentially the only one, goes to Detroit and Pittsburgh, tied at 16 apiece. Holy shit, this game sucked.
Yeah, Big Ben was out with COVID.
So Mason Rudolph got the start against Jared Goff and the Lions. And I thought they were gonna win it. They should have won it, actually, now that I'm remembering what happened. Yeah. The Lions defense didn't play terrible against Mason Rudolph, which I don't know. I don't really know what that means. Uh, Pittsburgh defense played all right, not good. And then this game was tied at 16 and it went to overtime. Pittsburgh got the ball and then they stalled, I believe. And then the Lions got the ball and they had a chance to win it. It was like a 48-yard field goal, I think. I want to say it was a 48-yard
Something
field
like
goal.
that, yeah.
Missed. Or no, this was the okay. Yeah, Detroit stalled. And then Pittsburgh had fumbled off of that Deontay Johnson pass. Do you remember that? Did you see that fumble?
No. No, yes,
He
yes, no,
is
yes, I've seen the, yeah.
Yeah, so Deontay Johnson, he's running. And what he should do is run out of bounds. Because they're in field goal range. All he needs a field goal to win it. But he's like, nah, fuck it. I'm a juke to the left and go for the kill, go for the touchdown. And the ball got punched out of his hand so hard. And the Lions got it. And I laughed. I couldn't help but laugh. That was funny. And then the Lions missed a 48-yarder. Steelers had to punt after losing 15 yards. Then the Lions had to punt after losing 13 yards. And then Pittsburgh drives all the way down the field again, only to fumble it. And the Lions recovered. And then they try to do a Hail Mary play. Not even Hail Mary, just they try a play and it doesn't work, and then the game ends. But boy, what a game. There's so many punts. 8 in the second half. There were 8 punts in the second half. And then there were 5 in there were 13 punts in this game. Shoutouts to the punters on Detroit and Pittsburgh. Keeping it, they really like put in their work. But yeah, shitty game. And it certainly was a game.
Nice.
That's how we should end that segment forever now.
All right.
And that certainly was a game.
Moving on. So we had our buys this week, which included Chicago, Cincinnati, New York Giants, and Houston.
Yeah, so you said last week Cincinnati needed this. They had 2 losses. And Joey B needed his rest. He needed nap time.
Very much did.
I think it's good for the Giants because they went in to the bye week off of a big win against the Raiders. And then our opponent this week is not very easy. But we'll get to that later. Thursday night. So I was watching the highlights because I couldn't watch this, we couldn't watch this game because we were doing Minga during this game, Baltimore Miami.
Yep.
And so I'm watching the highlights. And when the video is 13 minutes long, 13 and a half minutes long, and only half of it is the first 3 quarters, something's wrong. I think the first half was like 4 minutes. You get 4 minutes of highlights from one half of football. That's it.
Yeah.
It was boring. Baltimore went 1 for 10 on third down conversions through the third quarter.
I'm pretty sure before halftime, Miami tied it up. It was 3-3 at halftime, I believe.
No, it was 6-3. Miami took the lead with a field goal right before halftime.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And it was 6-3. And then we made our predictions, and we were both like, Baltimore's got this.
No.
No.
Won
22-12 or 22-10. I don't know why I said 12. But man, Baltimore, I don't know if they just had an off day. Their their offense just couldn't get going. And like when Lamar can't get going, then they lose.
Yeah, and the Dolphins, who had started Jacoby Brissett, put in Tua in the end.
Yeah, they put in Tua for like a couple plays, and he played pretty good, I thought. I didn't think he had a terrible game.
No, he played pretty good.
But yeah, teams are starting to figure out how Baltimore operates. And that's like if you shut down Lamar, you kind of win.
You shut down the Ravens.
You shut down the Ravens.
That's what happened to the Chiefs. Is people figured them out and they stopped
Yeah.
winning.
They took the Kelsey option away. They took the Tyreek Hill option away.
They know he's not going to run the ball.
Yeah. So, big win for Miami. We were talking about it earlier. They're still kind of in it for the playoffs. It's like, it's a long shot, but they're technically in it. They've been looking good the past few weeks. They beat Houston and they beat Baltimore. If you had said that like 2 years ago, boy, you're thinking Miami's the best team in the league.
Yeah.
Other highlights from this game. There's a fat man touchdown. One of the linemen from the Dolphins caught a touchdown, made a spectacular play. I'm sure people have seen it by now.
Yeah, the ball was thrown. It was batted in the air. Big boy caught it. It was a touchdown. If it was an illegal possession, but
yeah,
if he was
linemen aren't allowed to touch it.
If he was called eligible, it would have been a touchdown.
Yeah. Just imagine if it weren't like a pick or like a catch, if it were a fumble, that would have counted. Just think about it.
And that would be awesome.
Think about sport. Like it's already all over sports right now. Think if it counted. That would have been the greatest play of the year, right? For sure.
Oh God, yeah.
A lineman picks a ball off the ground from a fumble, jukes 2 defenders, and makes that play in the end zone, diving, doing a flip, gets the ball across the line. That's easily play of the year. But the Ravens receivers can't catch. They got Rashad Bateman back this game. I shouldn't say back. They got him because he is like he hasn't played. But he played okay. Hollywood Brown dropped some passes. Mark Andrews didn't get the ball as much as he probably should have. And then after the game, they cut Le'Veon Bell because Devontae Freeman is still a good running back, shockingly. Shockingly to everyone but me. I knew he was good. I didn't know why he was a free agent. And then now he get picked up by the Ravens and he's good. And everyone's like, wow, I didn't know he was still good. Yeah, I told you so. I'm good at predicting shit like this. What can I say? That's all I gotta say about this game. It was just boring. Not bad, boring.
Yep.
Yeah. The 1:00 games, though. Also kind of boring now that I'm looking at the rest of them. The one exciting one. One of the 2 exciting ones. New Orleans at Tennessee. New Orleans lost 21-23. And boy, were the refs like in Tennessee today.
The refs have been doing this to teams these past couple of weeks.
The Saints played a good game, but the refs took away so many. They put a lot of points on the board for Tennessee, and they took away a few from New Orleans. I think New Orleans should have won this game if it were called correctly. But Tennessee still ends up winning, and they are a good team. The Titans are a legit contender. They're top the AFC right now, I believe. Yeah.
Yes, they are the 1 seed.
They're a legit team. I think they got a real good shot at making it to the Super Bowl this year. Especially with, the AFC kind of being up in the air for everyone.
And
Tennessee's got a good shot
especially
at it.
that's when Derrick Henry should be back.
Mhm.
When he's expected to be back is during the playoffs.
Yeah. So if they can get him back at his production level, it'll be very good. Yeah, that's about it for this game.
Honestly,
Not a lot happened, but refs happened. Jacksonville at the Colts, big AFC South matchup. This was almost my worst, just because it was. I watched the game and then forgot I watched the game. Like, has that ever happened to you when like a really boring game is on?
yeah, it wasn't a great game.
Like, I'm trying to like I know I watched the full I watched Red Zone
Mm-hmm.
for all the 1 o'clock games. I watched the whole thing for Red Zone, and it was on a decent amount. And like I'm writing this up on Tuesday, and I just cannot remember a single thing. It was just like I had to watch the NFL replay, and I'm like, oh, I guess this happened, yeah. And it was just meh. Both teams played eh.
That's kind of it. Jacksonville, I feel like you wrote it down. They have some hope for the future. I think
Yeah, that's what I was pointing at. I wasn't putting at like this year.
I figured.
Like the
No, the
future.
next coming years, Jacksonville, I feel like can return to a like mid contending team. They get some good picks in the draft, or they get some free agents and whatnot, and they could become like how Miami played last year. I feel like Jacksonville is headed towards that.
Yeah.
They're definitely not going to do anything this season. This season is just for their new quarterback to start learning, because they're hoping it's going to be their new franchise guy. So
I still think they should have kept Minshew.
oh god, yeah.
They should have kept Minshew and developed Trevor Lawrence. He doesn't you see him out there. He doesn't look ready to start an NFL game, and he's already behind a shitty O-line and doesn't know what to do with the ball at that point. If you kept Minshew, literally, I hate to say this about Minshew, let him get beat up behind the Jacksonville O-line while you develop your young quarterback, get a few picks, and draft some linemen, or pick some up in free agency. And then next year, 2022 season starts, then you start Trevor Lawrence behind an actual, something more than what Jacksonville has right now. That's what they should have done. But no, they traded away Minshew.
I completely agree with what you're saying. That's exactly what they should have done. Even if, you drafted his replacement, but, you have a chance to be the backup here, and you can still have a significant role in the team. It's not like you're going to sit there doing nothing.
Yeah. And I mean, Minshew, he was a good quarterback. I don't think he was, the worst. He had proven that he can show up in some games. You wouldn't have won the Super Bowl with him, but
he's a great backup.
Yeah, and again, behind a struggling O-line, don't hurt your rookie quarterback. Let your, the veteran that you're going to cast aside in a few years anyways, let him get beat up. It sounds bad.
No, but you're very right.
You don't want to risk hurting your guy, and I mean, Trevor Lawrence has already got he's had to go off the field for a few plays because he's gotten hurt.
And it's not like you're putting him in there purposely to get hurt.
Exactly.
It's just a precaution. If Minshew was there, you wouldn't want him to get hurt.
You want to have extra insurance. And so Jacksonville has just not played this season good. But if, everyone stays healthy, they got some hope in the future.
They've competed this year. They haven't, been what I thought they were going to be. And what people say
they haven't had as many blowouts as they should have.
Yeah, they've been competing, which is good for them.
Yeah.
But moving on to a blowout, yeah.
Bills at Jets, 45-17. Buffalo looked great against the Jets.
Oh my god.
And the Jets had 10 garbage time points. This game should have ended the same score as the Patriots.
Yeah, Josh Allen threw for 366 yards. the crazy numbers for one game. 200 is like great.
Insane.
That's great.
200 is a good game.
Yeah.
I'd say you hit like 270. That's a great game.
366. You're playing.
Yeah,
You must be playing the Jets.
like that's a you must be playing the Jets. I'm in a class on Mondays with one of my friends, and it is a Jets fan, and then our professor's a Jets fan. And walking in on Monday, both of them were just so defeated. like they were like noticeably like sad. And I'm like, are you guys good? And they're like, yeah, it's just, the Jets suck. We lost we lost in a blowout to Buffalo again. I was like, yeah, it happens. But thank you, Michael Carter, for scoring a garbage time touchdown. Also helped me in fantasy. So we're just gonna get a quick shout out to him. I think that's it.
That's kind
all
of
to
it.
really say about this game.
Yeah.
Mike White era is over.
It is. He was like, I should have been a first round pick, and then threw four fucking interceptions. Get the fuck out of here, Mike White. Who do you think you are? You have a singular good game, and then you're on the Jets. You know that's not going good. You did it to yourself.
The only true thing about you, like him possibly being a first overall, is that he still would have gone to the Jets most likely. That's the only truth in that statement.
To be fair, he is playing like a Jets first overall.
Yeah. We'll get into who's starting for the Jets later.
Oh no. Yeah,
man,
we will talk about that.
The Mike White era is over. The Jets once again stink, and Buffalo is good again. Everything's weird.
Buffalo's had more than a couple bad games.
Yeah.
Which is a little weird, but I
mean,
all
of their losses have just been like weird games.
Things don't click. Guys must, be having their head down, just not in the zone.
Yeah, what is it? The Steelers game?
That's just Steelers healthy defense is hard in anyways. Give them that, yeah.
You're facing a fully healthy Steelers defense in the first game of the season. Yeah, no. The Titans game was very close. I don't think the Bills lost that. The Titans won it. And then you're coming off of a loss to Jacksonville. 9-6, no touchdowns scored. Everyone just had a bad game. Like, they had a bad game against the Jags.
Their O-line crumbled.
Possibly a fluke. You had a bad game against the Steelers. Probably a fluke. The Titans was just, they outplayed you. They're a good opponent. They outplayed you. And the Bills, their remaining schedule isn't that bad.
What is it?
Colts, at Saints, Pats, at Bucks, Panthers, at Patriots, Falcons, Jets. So you got 2 against the Patriots, which I think they can go 1-1.
I think we're gonna go 1-1 on it. We usually do.
Yeah, you get another free win against the Jets. You get a probably free win against the Falcons and the Panthers. The Colts and Saints, I'm leaning towards Buffalo winning. And the Bucks is going to be the game of the fucking week.
Yeah.
But they're making the playoffs. I don't think there's any doubt.
No, we're not going to be. The Pats are not going to be the top of the AFC East.
I'm not even saying win the division. I'm saying the Bills make the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm saying the Bills are top of the division.
Oh. I think it could still go either way, in my opinion.
It depends. The Patriots have some tough games ahead.
You guys are going to have the same record, and you're going to go 1-1 in head-to-head, but that one loss to Miami at the beginning of the season for you is going to be why you're not the division leader.
Man, if we didn't fumble, we'd be the leader of the division right now.
You would, yeah. But could you imagine that one loss at the beginning of the season impacts whether you win the division or not?
I'd cry.
It's possible.
It
It's possible for it to
very
happen.
much is, yes.
But yeah, Buffalo's good. Uh, Tampa Bay played the Washington football team in the GOAT rematch between Tom Brady and Taylor Heineke.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I wish I didn't delete our predictions because I wanted to see what we said. I think we said by like 16 and 21.
That sounds
We chose
about right.
Tampa. We chose Tampa. It was something like that. Double digits. Washington won by 10. They looked good. Taylor Heineke knows how to throw the ball only against Tom Brady, a Tom Brady team.
Uh,
Brady didn't have a good game.
no, Brady did not have a great day.
Let's pull up the Brady stats because I think they're funny.
And I saw this funny
Right.
post. It was
Yeah, it's a lot of twos.
like the Bucks haven't lost a game past their bye like they didn't last year.
Yeah.
And they were like all confident they're not gonna go past their they're not gonna lose past their bye this year, and they did. So
And now
that's
they're
kind of
only
funny.
going to lose past their bye. They don't win a game the rest of the season. That's my hot take. Uh Brady went 23 for 34, so not bad completion. 220 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. When you get the 1-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio, that's not usually good for a quarterback. I know, I forgot who it was. I heard someone talking about it that a good ratio for touchdown and interceptions is 3-to-1. If you're gonna throw a pick, throw 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot, but like it makes sense because it makes up for that one pick. But Brady had an game. Antonio Gibson, 64 yards, 2 touchdowns. Taylor Heineke, though, 26 for 32,
Oh.
260 yards and a
Oh.
touchdown. Absolute legend. Uh, but only against the Tampa Bay defense. So, with the champs going down, do you got any doubt in them?
In
Because they lost
in
against the
Champa Bay?
Saints in Tampa Bay. Because they're on a 2-loss streak now.
Nah, there's nothing wrong with Tampa. They're nah. What do they got for the rest of the? Nah, they got
It's
relatively
not.
not
It's not
a lot of
easy.
a lot of it divisional games.
I know. It's not easy, but it's not difficult, so to say. So the Bucks got the Giants this week on Monday night. So that's gonna be fun for me. I'm gonna cry watching that game. Then the Colts I don't think is a pushover. I think they might put up a fight, but it's still winnable. The
Yeah.
Falcons, it depends if Matt Ryan shows up. The Bills could be a loss. The Saints could be a loss again.
Yeah, let me just say, Matt Ryan has kind of taken the role of Jameis Winston in being good Matt Ryan, bad Matt
Bad Matt
Ryan.
Ryan. Yeah, you're right. Oh, speaking of the Bucks, while we're here, shout out to Antonio Brown for faking a Vax card. Just
Yeah.
like,
Just say you're vaxxed or you're not, man.
oh no way! I'm reading the report. Guess who would? I want you to guess the person in his life that told authorities that he faked a Vax card.
Does he have a girlfriend or something?
He has a girlfriend.
How long I don't know. I wonder how long they've been together. And
I don't
if
know.
he's hit her yet. Because sorry, Antonio Brown, but also not sorry. You caused a ruckus. That's my guess.
Wait, what's your guess?
His girlfriend or his mom.
No. It was a former personal chef for him.
How the fuck would he know? How the fuck would he know?
So he had this former personal chef, and he had his girlfriend, who's a model, reach out to him over the summer to obtain a fake card that said he had received the J&J, and he offered $500 for it. So the chef's like, nah. But and then a few weeks later, wait, what? Yeah, a few weeks later, Antonio Brown texted him his fake ones. So he so the chef was owed $10,000 by Antonio Brown, and he just failed to pay it. So he's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go public with it." This is a fantastic story.
I don't even know what to say.
I'm in shock.
What the fuck?
I was like, yeah, okay, this is this is cool or whatever. But man, I'm putting this in the general. I'm gonna add TJ because I think TJ would find this funny.
uh yeah, but overall game wise, not good game.
Yeah, just don't fake Vax cards.
Don't just get it or don't.
Just get it. Just get it.
Players in the NFL aren't like some players aren't vaccinated. Yeah. Just say you're not.
It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, just like wear a mask, follow protocol and stuff, and then nobody will care.
Yeah. Give it like 2 years and then actually nobody will care.
But also, you're in Florida and you should probably get it anyways.
True. But yeah, another thing that happened this game, Chase Young, defending defensive rookie of the year, tore his ACL. Out for the season. Speedy recovery for him. He's a monster out there. A lot of people haven't seen the production and a lot of people are like, oh, he's regressing. No, they're just giving him the Aaron Donald treatment of double teaming him every play. But yeah, that was another significant thing. Washington just kind of beat Tampa this game. And so it is what it is. 4:00 games.
Well, I'm very happy to. Oh, you're okay. I'm very happy to see. Former Panthers and New England Patriots quarterback Cam Newton has re-signed with the Panthers and played in this previous game, Carolina in Arizona against the Cardinals, beating the Cardinals 34-10. Super Cam came back, had 2 touchdowns.
He's back.
Yeah, he has his clip where he's at the camera. I'm back.
Yeah, and then he got flagged because he took his helmet off, so he got unsportsmanlike conduct and 15 yards on the kickoff.
But it was a rushing touchdown and a throwing touchdown on the run, by the way.
Yeah, it was. He had some good plays. For what he went in there for, he played pretty damn well.
I like how they utilized him too. They were like, we're not going to make you the actual quarterback, but you can come in as like a Taysom Hill type role right now.
They put him in as a gadget player off of because he's only been a part of the team for 5 days at that point?
Yeah.
Less, probably 4.
I'm sure he doesn't know the playbook too well.
Yeah. Because as soon as he left, Ron Rivera left, they got rid of him. So new playbooks were added.
I'm sure they drew up a quick little cam play though, an install.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. But yeah, it's he looked good. I think he's slated to start against Washington this week. He is. So that'll be fun watching him against his former coach. Uh, but yeah, the Cardinals didn't look good. A lot of people were giving Colt McCoy credit after his win the previous week, who I cannot recall. Who was that against?
Also cannot recall.
I want to say
I'll find out real quick.
it was the Niners.
You happen to be correct, sir.
Yeah, it was against the Niners.
31
Colt
to
McCoy played
17
good.
against the Niners.
Yeah, he played good, and then he came against the Panthers and didn't play good. Because Kyler Murray is out with an ankle injury, and DeAndre Hopkins is out for something. I don't know what he's out for, but he's out.
I also don't know.
But they just looked lost. They didn't look like they knew what they were doing. And I was kind of shocked when I was watching this. I'm like, I think it'll be competitive. Arizona backups versus Carolina. And boy, Carolina played a game.
I'm sure they had a lot of. Go ahead.
I think Hassan Reddick should be in the defensive player of the year category right now. He's been balling out for the Panthers this year. That's all I had to say.
I'm sure that there was a lot of hype going into the game from the players' side. With Cam back, he's Carolina's guy, whether you like it or not. I saw this. I really liked this post. It was Stephon Gilmore, when he was traded to the Panthers, wanted to wear number 1, but the owner said no because that's Cam Newton's number. And he didn't say that because he knew Cam was coming back. He was doing that out of respect for Cam because he didn't want anybody to use his number for a good couple of years.
Yeah, just in case he did come back.
And
he's
which
back.
he did.
He's back.
He's back.
He's back. But yeah, good game by the Panthers.
Cardinals look bad without their key players, which, I mean, it could have just been an off day for them since they didn't have everybody, but a little more production if you want to be a Super Bowl team.
Yeah.
All right.
Moving on. The Vikings went into SoFi and beat the Chargers 27-20.
Yep.
Minnesota's offense looked really good, I think.
Yeah, they did. They looked decent.
And the Vikings defense is kind of average. They played, pretty well. But it leads to the question, what is up with the Chargers?
Yeah, the Chargers started out the season pretty hot. They were like, "Oh, Justin Herbert, he's playing great."
Everyone thought that they were gonna be even me included. They were gonna contend with the Chiefs for the AFC West. And when the Chiefs started to decline and the Chargers were winning, everyone was like, "Oh yeah, they got a really good shot at winning the West." And now they don't.
Yeah, this is kind of weird because even this last Minga, I was saying how Chargers. I predicted Chargers to win. I was like, they're gonna stop being, unproductive. I mean, 20 points in a football game isn't unproductive, but
it's not very productive either.
I thought they were gonna be a bit better, and they just haven't been. But hopefully they figured it out. They're still 5-4 on the season, Chargers, so they're still have a positive record. But they need to figure it out. Something's not clicking, and they got to figure that out if they want to be playoff contenders.
Yeah, I think their defense was already not good, if you know what I mean. Their defense wasn't great. But when their offense starts failing to produce, that's when you really know you're in trouble. And the Vikings, I think they can make a playoff push.
Yeah, I agree with you.
You can, like, I think they have one of the best point differentials right now in the league. Uh, they had like their losses. I'm looking at their wins and losses so far. They should be 8-1. I think that's right. Yeah, 8-1. They should be 8-1 right now. They lost on a last-second field goal against the Bengals. They missed a last-second field goal against the Cardinals. The loss to the Browns, that's like their one loss that should have been. They lost to the Dallas backups, and they lost to comeback Lamar Jackson when they were up by 14. If they had held on to that lead, made a field goal, didn't lose to backups, and their opponent missed a field goal, they could be 8-1 right now. Just think about how wild that is.
This is I know I say this a million times. Weird season.
Yeah. They've lost 5 games off of a total of 18 points.
Damn.
That's wild. That's actually crazy.
People like to judge teams by their record, and the Minnesota Vikings are better than 4-5.
Yeah, for sure. I think they make the playoffs.
Yeah, I think they could probably make the playoffs.
They have
honestly,
the team to make the playoffs.
And we said this earlier. Start clicking NFC teams, and you'll make the playoffs. It's that easy.
Mm-hmm.
You have your division leaders who are pretty easy picks.
Yeah.
And then, just try and you can make the playoffs.
It's actually just like the division leaders right now, and then the Rams. And those are the locks for the playoffs. There are 2 slots, the 6 and 7, that are just wide open in the NFC. If I were to predict right now, I would probably say Niners and Vikings.
Yeah, probably.
The Niners are getting hot. They're like actually playing well. And the Vikings should not be 4-5. And their schedule isn't terrible. They still play Green Bay twice and the Rams once. But they play the Bears twice, the Lions again. The Steelers, I think, is a winnable game for them. And then the Niners could possibly be a winnable game. So they still got a really good shot at the playoffs.
Depending on how the Panthers play, the Panthers could go to the playoffs too.
I don't think they got enough in them.
I mean, it'll depend on how Cam Newton produces, but
I still don't see it. I can see them being like just on the outside. But I don't think they have what it takes to actually make it and finish out the season strong.
Yeah, the only part that I worry about is they have to do the Bucks twice and the Saints. Also that.
Yeah. Yeah, McCaffrey needs to stay. I saw a stat. The Panthers are 4-1 when McCaffrey starts, and like and they're 1-4 when he doesn't play.
Because it's pretty hard to play against Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, if a running back makes that much impact on a team, like you might need to start upgrading other positions. And yet they chose a running back in this draft, which I think was hysterical. They got Chuba Hubbard. Anyways, moving on.
Yep.
Philly, the Philadelphia Eagles went into Mile High Stadium, Denver, and beat them 30-13. And Philly is still a weird team. I cannot gauge them.
Their offense
I do not know
is
if
like
they're good or not.
All right. Their offense sometimes is like, 30 points right here. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
They've been playing, their offense has been playing all right. People have been counting Jalen Hurts out, but he was also thrown in at a very weird time and expected to be very good.
Yeah. I don't even like. I really don't know how to judge anything with the Eagles anymore. Like they will destroy teams and then get destroyed.
Yeah.
And it's like they had a good game against the Chargers, but they lost. They beat the Broncos by a lot, but they've had like bad games against the Cowboys, against the Raiders, against like the Niners. But then they'll have great games like against the Falcons and the Panthers. But just like what the fuck? Now like I'm now looking at their scores. Their offense seems productive. You know?
Yeah. They are.
Like like 17 is their lowest scoring game. Um
And that's not
they've
terrible.
yeah, they've gone 44, 42, 41, like 33. Like they've scored a lot of points. So it might just be the defense that's not good or that's keeping them out of games. Also the fact that Jalen Hurts is their leading rusher might help.
Mm-hmm. But
I
speaking
feel
of
like
defense, Denver's defense without Von Miller.
ooh, ew, not good.
You
They have zero
traded,
pass rush.
your key part of your defense who got pancaked by George Kittle the other day.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and then on the other side of the ball, you got a quarterback in Teddy Bridgewater who is not the answer and who you shut down Drew Lock even to have a chance. Their coach was asked like, "Oh, what about Drew?" And they're like, "Nah, Teddy's our quarterback."
I
Like,
hate Vic Fangio.
like what the fuck?
I just don't like him.
Put him in for a game and see what happens. Watch him ball out and
He
then shut
will.
you up. I'm sure he's
Drew
been
Lock.
learning a lot, and he had his huge, "Oh, I've been practicing with Peyton Manning." And I was like, yes, Drew Lock's going to be a stud this next season.
And then they're like,
And
we're
then
gonna
they
start
sit him
Teddy
for Teddy.
Bridgewater. All right, I'm about to make a really bold statement here, but I think you're gonna agree with me.
Okay.
Drew Lock is the poor man's Trace McSorley.
Yes.
like, like just overly white quarterback.
Yeah.
You know? I just like, I don't know. I was just thinking about that for a second.
I love the description of overly white because if you listen to the mic'd up moments of last year,
Oh yeah, Drew Lock is on the sideline like
he
rapping, and it's like, yeah, you're
breaking
white.
his mask, going, "Oh, got a strong," he's slapping his face, "Got a strong sided cheek." Like, who says that?
Oh, what an awesome guy,
And
Drew
then
Lock.
Trace McSorley, when he came into the league, had a chin strap like it's 2005.
He did. Oh, yeah. So Philly's weird. Denver's bad. Moving on. Kansas City played the Sunday night game against the Raiders and blew them out 41-14. Except it was close going into the fourth quarter. It was like 21-14, I think. 24-14, something like that. I think at least.
It was 17-7 at halftime.
I said the fourth quarter. How does this help me?
Oh, wait, what do you want?
I said the fourth quarter.
What do you want?
No, that's okay. That's okay. No. I got it.
Okay.
I got it. It's fine.
I have it open
no,
if you want to
20
ask.
No, it was 27-14 going into the fourth quarter. But they scored the field goal at the last minute. It's all right. I got it, Nacho.
My apologies. I
I'm gonna
misheard you.
leave. I will leave right now if you utter those words to me again. Yeah, Chiefs played good. Mahomes went 35 for 50, 406 yards, and 5 touchdowns against the Raiders defense, who we've
Oh,
been hyping up the past few weeks.
oh, I have a stat.
Oh, let's hear your stat. I love stats,
The Las
especially when you
Vegas
introduce it like that.
the Las Vegas Raiders leading rusher was Derek Carr.
With how many? Oh, 18 yards. Who is this? I don't know who this. Brian Edwards.
Who is
He was
that?
he was their leading receiver.
Who is that?
He was a 2020 third round pick out of South Carolina.
All right.
He has 21 receptions on the season for 434 yards and 2 touchdowns. He averages 21 per catch? What? What?
How many
Why is he first? Why is he first in the lead? He's only got 21 catches, but he's still averages 21. Huh. Interesting.
All right.
Anyways, the Chiefs, are they back?
I personally think that stuff has been clicking for him. It's just been, the Chiefs defense is eh. I mean, we've been saying that since the beginning of the season, the Chiefs would have to outscore their opponent by like a little bit to win games. Patrick Mahomes has gotten, stuff to click. I know Aaron Rodgers was talking about it. He just needs to like calm down and, take it back on the Pat McAfee show. He was asked. And, people keep counting him out. Patrick Mahomes is a great quarterback. You can't expect him to play at $500 million a game. He's not going to play like that every game. He's human. People have bad games. People have slumps. It happens. I wouldn't say they're fully back to last year, but they're coming back.
Yeah, I think they're close to. They're gonna make the playoffs, I think.
they're probably going
They're
to win their division.
Yeah, they're first right now in the AFC West. They don't look like they're gonna go down, especially they play the Raiders again, the Broncos twice, the Steelers, the Bengals. Like those are all winnable games for them, and I think they got it.
Yeah.
But yeah, their defense has been stepping up a lot more. They their last 3 games, their opponents have scored 17, 7, and 14, which are pretty good, especially since, weeks before they were scoring 30, 38, 24, 35, 29. So their defense has stepped up, I think, and I think that's given that their offense a lot of confidence. Their offense now knows that they don't have to score 30 a game. Like, they don't have to score 35, 30 a game to win games anymore.
Which is how they started the season.
Which is how they started the season. So, Mahomes doesn't have to make the hero plays to make the comeback win or whatever. So now he's calmed down on the interceptions a bit, I believe. Let's take a look. He was at like 8 in week, I think 8. And
People also judge the amount of interceptions that someone has as like their skill. Interceptions do not mean you're bad. That could mean you read the defense incorrectly. Somebody's making a play on you and you made a bad throw. Sometimes it's just it happens, falls out of someone's hands.
Yeah, so like a lot of Mahomes picks weren't even his fault.
Yeah,
Like some
a lot
of
of
them
them are.
they bounced off of the receiver's hands or whatever and right up in the air and someone caught it. Or they were batted, something happened to where they're not his fault. So Mahomes has 10 interceptions through 10 weeks. And he has 25 touchdowns. So he's almost, if you take away like I would say like 3 interceptions were not his fault.
Yeah.
if you take those away, 25 touchdowns to 7 interceptions, that's like about that ratio we were talking about, the 3-1. 3 touchdowns to 1 interception. That's like around that range.
Yeah, which is what
Saying
I'm
that
saying is that,
three get taken away.
he does have 8 picks. That does not mean he's bad. That does not mean, he's having a terrible year.
No, his passer rating is still almost at 100. And 100 is like above average for for a lot of quarterbacks.
Yes.
His rating this past game was 127. It's been up and down for him, but when he hasn't had to make the hero plays, he's been playing a lot better. Like, he didn't take a sack in this Raiders game, he didn't throw a pick in this Raiders game, and he threw 5 touchdowns. In the game before against Green Bay, that win, the low-scoring 13-7 win.
Yeah.
He took a sack, no touchdown, or no interceptions, 1 touchdown. So when he's not making these bad mistakes, they play well and they win. And a lot of them aren't even his fault. So, big win for Kansas City. I think they're back. The Raiders they're kind of lost. They lost to the Giants and the Chiefs back-to-back. So say whatever you want about that. Giants still beat them, so let's we'll take a W there. Our predictions this week were not great.
Yeah.
Nacho went 7-7. I went 5-9. I had some. I don't know. I felt like I had some obvious ones, and then they just lost. And I'm like, well, that sucks.
And
But
what's good for me is I threw my neck out for the Lions, and it was a tie, so we both got it wrong.
yeah,
So that one didn't matter.
Yeah. Nacho's 60-45, which is a 571 out of 0.571 percentage wise. And I'm 63 for 42, which I learned today 63 goes into no, never mind. I'm being stupid.
All right.
I'm being stupid. Don't listen to me.
Okay.
God, I'm embarrassed now. I'm 600. I'm 600 on the season.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on. Week 10
What's
previews.
more? No, I'm gonna say, but
No,
what's
no.
more
Just
important than the actual game scores is that who wins the predictions at the end.
You think?
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna stop making funny picks. Because
you haven't made a lot of funny picks, it seems.
Yeah, but I'm gonna stop making the funny picks, is what I'm saying.
I think you've made 2 funny picks all year.
Yeah, and it's bringing us down, and we gotta, change our game plan.
Okay. All right. So New England. Let's go into Week 10 previews. So Denver and the Rams are on much needed buys, I think. And it is Thursday night. The Patriots are currently up 10-0.
10-0
towards the end.
Should be 10-3, but the refs decide to dick down the Falcons today.
Oh, happens.
But to be fair, I have the game open, by the way.
Holy shit! Mac Jones is 11 for 12 with 102 yards and a touchdown.
Yep. I've had it off on the side, but
wow.
I mean, we both. There's been a lot of penalties this game, but yeah.
Okay. So who you got winning?
Well, I got my New England Patriots. I could say that before the game score. Falcons defense is nothing to be proud of. I think that they did get a sack, but because man tripped.
Nice.
Again, try not to base it on what I've seen so far. I've just been trying to watch the score. I feel like after halftime we're gonna pick it up real good and beat them by let me see. So if I'm trying to do the math in my head.
Yeah, I can tell.
I'll just do 21. Let me get by
21.
21.
All right. I'm gonna choose by 18.
I almost
Patriots
did
by
weird math.
18.
I almost said 17.
I'm doing enough math
18.
right now.
I almost said
I was
18.
about to say 17, and I'm like, wait, math, 18. Let's go. Yeah. So I think the Patriots are gonna win. They were 6.5-point favorites coming into this game.
Mac Jones just got
Uh,
sacked.
Boo-hoo! It's the end of the fucking half. It's actually the end of the
Oh,
half.
it's gonna be great. We get to see his arm because
Yeah, gonna throw a bomb.
what I like is there was an interview like, oh, who'd you like growing up as a kid, and he was like, I liked the gunslingers. I like Brett Favre. And that's kind of not our offense, but what I've seen from his arm so far has been pretty good. So I'd like to see him throw them Hail Marys. Well, this isn't really a Hail Mary right now, but
A deep ball.
Yes.
All right. 1 o'clock games. The Colts are at the Bills. Bills are 7-point favorites. You smell an upset though with the Colts?
I don't.
Okay, good. Me neither.
I'm gonna say not really.
I already have all my picks written down beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. So,
I'd say. Oh, so it's my raw reaction.
Yeah.
I like Buffalo here probably just by 10. But there's gonna be a missed field goal, so by 9.
You think?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say Buffalo by 16. They're better than the Colts. They're gonna beat the Colts. All right. The Ravens, 6-point favorites in Chicago. Chicago coming off the bye. The Ravens coming off of a really bad loss. This game could go either way in the mind of any NFL analyst, but let's ask us.
So
What do we
are
think?
NFL analysts.
We are.
I mean, Mel
I can't
Kiper
say it's my
was a
job yet.
fucking. He didn't do
Kepler?
anything. What did I say?
You said Kepler.
Oh, Kepler. I've been saying
Kuiper.
Is it? I don't know. Fucking Manning glasses who gets draft picks wrong all the time.
True.
He just liked football, and then he got a job one day because he watches college football.
Yeah, you wanna know why he got a job? It's because he wrote a fucking book. He wrote a book about the draft picks, and then he wrote it again the next year for those draft picks, or for those prospects. And then he did it again, and then he got hired because they're like, you do work. I don't know about you, but I'm not gonna write a book.
Hey, I'll write a book.
Go for it, buddy.
Picture book.
Yeah. All right. So who wins Baltimore, Chicago?
Oh, man. 2 bad games and 2 bad teams winning in a row? Do I smell that?
No, surely you don't smell what I think you're smelling.
I think I'm smelling the team who released the greatest quarterback of all time winning the game. Because
I thought you said you were done with the funny picks.
Yeah, I am. That's why I'm choosing Baltimore.
Oh, my man.
That's why I said the team who released the greatest quarterback of all time.
Oh,
is
Trace
winning.
McSorley.
Although that could be confused with Mitchell Trubisky.
I thought you were talking about Mitch. I'm like, huh?
Who is my second favorite quarterback probably in the league. Baltimore by God, it's hard to say because this could be a super high scoring or a very low.
This is gonna be either a blowout or a really close game. For no reason.
They're in Chicago. I'll give it to them by. We'll go 14.
I'm gonna say by 10.
Yep, that's fair.
All right. Game of the week, in my opinion, right here.
Uh-huh.
Cleveland is at home. They're 10-point favorites against Detroit.
Gee whiz.
Cleveland just came off an absolute
It hurts me because I just did the bit
brutal
of no funny games,
loss.
but like, is this a winnable game?
I'm not doing a funny pick.
No, because Case Keenum might be coming in because
Yeah,
Baker
Baker's
came
hurt.
in with a knee injury.
No, I'm not doing a funny pick. Lions by 7.
I kind of want to give it to
Like,
the
that's for
Lions
real.
because I was. Oh, you are?
No, yeah, that's for real. I'm picking the Lions for real because I actually think they can win this.
That kind of helps me.
This is a very winnable game.
Lions by 6
Wow.
because they're gonna have to kick field goals.
I think the last time we both picked Detroit to win, they got blown out by double digits. So that's foreboding well. Houston 1-8 at Tennessee 8-2. How much is Tennessee winning by?
uh, gee whiz. Probably just 20. Honestly.
20?
Yeah.
The Texans, we thought they were gonna be okay. Or we thought they were gonna go 0-17. And then they won a game and we're like, they could be okay. And then they haven't won a game since. And they've looked like dreadful since week 1. I'm gonna say this is gonna be by like 27.
That's fair.
Yeah, this is gonna be like a bad loss. Tennessee's a good team. All right, Green Bay goes into Minnesota to play. Who wins it? NFC North matchup.
I'd still have to give this to the Packers though. Aaron
We
Rodgers
talked a lot about the
is
Vikings.
back because no COVID now. Vikings are still good. I think it's gonna be a closer game than Aaron Rodgers would really like it to be, just because Kirk Cousins has been,
kind of balling.
pulling his weight. I'm gonna say this is, just by 7.
I'm saying Packers by 3.
I almost
It's gonna
said
be
3.
it's gonna be like a last second field goal, or the Vikings are gonna like miss the game tying field goal. It's gonna be heartbreaking in some fashion, but they're gonna lose a close one. And now I think this is this might be real game of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Miami at the Jets, AFC East matchup. This is a tank bowl right here.
And we talked about the quarterback situation for the Jets, and that is because Joe Flacco is the starting quarterback for this game for the New York Jets.
So Joe Flacco wore number 5.
Oh God!
For the Jets.
I said this.
And then he went to the Eagles, and now he's back with the Jets.
And Mike White is wearing number 5.
Mike White's wearing number 5. What's Joe Flacco gonna wear?
19.
19 should be off limits.
The fuck wears 19 as a quarterback? I mean, I've been memeing that I would wear 19 as a quarterback because nobody wears it.
Because it's funny.
But
Joe Flacco's a funny quarterback.
What?
What other quarterbacks have worn 19? Flutie didn't wear 19, did he?
No,
he wore number 7.
Let's see.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up quarterbacks who wore 19.
God.
It's literally just I type in quarterbacks who wore 19, and it's just Johnny Unitas
Is it?
Wikipedia page that popped up.
I knew Johnny Unitas did for
Ranking the best and worst
uh
quarterbacks by number.
Baltimore Colts
Yeah.
because he would have been he's an older quarterback. Man, that's strange. Joe Flacco is kind of a funny quarterback. Why he's starting an NFL game? Who fucking knows, man?
Yeah. 19 is just like not a quarterback number.
It's really not.
Oh, I bottomed this.
Because it's such a high number that it's like,
Yeah.
why?
No one wants to fucking wear it. Uh,
What you looking for?
I'm just looking.
Oh.
Bro, what famous quarterbacks were 19? Johnny Unitas. The face of my franchise on Madden 22. That's a good one.
All right.
No, it's like no one. No one wears number 19.
It should just be banned.
Should just be banned. That's why I said just retire it because Johnny Unitas changed the game so much. Just retire his jersey because no one wants to wear 19.
Moving on.
We never said
Oh, we didn't?
prediction. No.
Oh, we didn't. Oh. I figured we
Miami
did.
by 10. Miami by 10.
Miami by 9.
You probably want the Jets to win here, though, if you're a Patriots fan.
Yeah, we're not choosing who I want to win, though.
Oh, yeah, the funny picks are over. All right, New Orleans at Philly. This is a weird game. Any Philly game is just weird. I hate it.
I'd have to probably. The Saints actually have a defense, so I'm gonna give it to the Saints by 6.
I'm gonna go Saints by 13. I don't know why. I'm feeling because the Saints have they came off. They had a win against the Bucks. Then they had that heartbreaker against Tennessee last week.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're on a decent track right now. I think they win by 13. Staying with the NFC South and the NFC East matchup. The football team goes into Carolina. Riverboat Ron plays his former team, and Cam Newton plays against his former coach. Who do you got? It's gonna be close, actually. I think.
I think it will be close, but I don't think the football team's gonna continue. Like, you beat the Bucks, cool, move on because you're gonna lose to Carolina. Probably only by 10. So
Yeah, I'm gonna say by
10.
7. I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a close game. All right, San Francisco 49ers go into Jacksonville. San Fran's hot off of a big win. Jacksonville just played a okay game. Who you got?
That was such a I envisioning what you were talking about. That was such a mediocre description in my head of what I was like. Yeah, San Fran did pretty good, and then Jacksonville did okay.
Yeah.
And I think that's gonna be the same thing that's gonna happen here. San Fran's gonna probably win by 21. Nah, we'll go.
That's a big number.
Nah, I know. I'm chanting now. I hear it.
It's a big number.
We'll go. They're gonna win by What am I thinking? 17?
17? Yeah, the 21 was a big number. I'm gonna go by 24.
Tried to back me
Uh,
off of the number.
I did. I actually did. Uh, Cincinnati goes into Vegas, plays the Raiders in the 4 o'clock slot. Only three 4 o'clock games this week. Um, which is kind of weird, but it is what it is. Who wins?
Uh,
Who winning?
the Bengals are on a 2-loss streak, right?
Yeah, but they're also coming off the bye, and the Raiders are coming off of a 2 loss streak as well. I think off of their bye as well.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I think I'm done giving the Raiders like chances. Their team is diminished. They have nobody. Their spirits are crushed. The Bengals are gonna, even though the Bengals have been kind of bungling this part of the season so far. I'd still give it to the Bengals, probably by 13.
13. Um, I'm torn. I think this is gonna be a very close game. And as much as I'd want the Bengals to win, I think I'm gonna give it to Vegas. I think they're gonna know what their issue is, and they're gonna try to, they're gonna know how to fix it. I think. So I'm gonna go Vegas by 6.
Yeah.
It's gonna be close. Uh, big game. I think this is game of the week. Dallas at Kansas City. Two teams that everyone's like, oh, they're gonna be in the Super Bowl together. And to that I say, no, you're wrong. Uh, they play in Arrowhead. Kansas City's 2.5 point favorites.
Uh, it'll be a high scoring game
Oh
for
yeah, for
sure.
sure.
Um, if Kansas City stays hot, which they probably will, relatively, um, then both teams are gonna score pretty well. Dallas is an overall, kind of well-rounded team, like they are and they aren't.
Yeah.
Um, but geez, this is difficult.
Yeah, I'm like, I think I know who I'm gonna pick
I think I'm
in terms of a
honestly,
score now.
geez,
It's gonna be close.
uh, I'll give it to the Cowboys. I think.
Give it to Dallas.
I think I want to give it to the Cowboys. Just by 3 though.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Kansas City. I think they're gonna continue to stay hot, and Dallas also doesn't usually play well or play as well against better teams. Shocking, I know. People don't play better against better teams. But it's not gonna be, it's gonna be very high scoring. It's gonna be close. I think Kansas City by 10.
Yeah.
Mahomes is gonna want to continue the comeback tour, I guess, because he hasn't been doing great the first half of the season. Entering the second half, he had one hot game. He wants to show that he still
He
can
kind of
perform
needs
like
to win
that.
this game
I do think it
to
is a
keep
must win.
momentum.
I think it's a must win for Kansas City. I'll go that far. Next is an NFC West divisional matchup. The 8-2 Cardinals face the 3-6 Seahawks. Russ still battling that injury. You think he's mad? He wants to get a win against a division rival. Kyler Murray is looking like he's gonna be back.
It's so far
I
it's like a
don't know.
maybe.
Yeah, so far I think it's a probably. He's still questionable, but it's a probably questionable. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So so who you got?
Uh, damn, that's hard to pick because I feel like Russell Wilson's gonna figure out what he did wrong, but also if Kyler is playing, that changes things.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let's check his designation quick.
He said that his ankle is getting there, but I also that doesn't help if what that means.
Yeah.
If geez, because if he's in the game, then I'd give it to the Cardinals by like 13, maybe even like 20. But if he's not in the game, I feel like it's a Seattle win by like 7.
Yeah. Okay. Um. So he was limited at practice on Thursday, which means that he, still played, but he was limited, and he's still questionable. A lot of people are saying, "Will he play?"
Football players like to play through injury. If he's in practice, I'm gonna say he's playing. I'm gonna give it to the Cardinals by 13.
Cardinals by 13. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to the Cardinals. I think it's gonna be. I don't even think it's gonna be that close. I think if Kyler doesn't play, this is probably gonna be one of the worst games aired this week.
Yeah.
It's just not gonna be quality football. But I'll give it to him by 10. Uh, Sunday night football. Pittsburgh coming off of the tie with the Lions at SoFi Stadium against the Chargers off of a loss against the Vikings. This should be a close game. This should be a good game, I think.
Yeah, because the Chargers are kind of confused on how to play football, and I mean, so are the Steelers.
Yeah, it's like the Chargers had such high hopes, and the Steelers had zero expectations coming into the season, and now they're playing each other, and it's like it will be a game. But who wins it? Who
Big.
wins it?
If I'm pretty sure Big Ben should be back. I mean,
He wasn't. He was out for COVID, so he should be back. Yeah.
I'd still probably have to give it to the Chargers, but only by 10.
I'm gonna give it to the Chargers by 3. I think it's gonna be really close.
I almost said 7.
You almost said 7.
Yeah, but I'm gonna stick with 10.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be really close. Um, the big matchup's gonna be Herbert against the Steelers defense.
Yeah.
That's gonna be like everyone's gonna be wanting to see that. No one's gonna want to see Pittsburgh's offense that isn't great against the Chargers defense, which isn't good.
Oh, but the Chargers don't have either of their DNs. Joey
Oh
Bosa is out,
yeah,
and I forget the other guy's name.
yeah, but Joey Bosa's out, and then someone else on the Steelers is out too.
Oh,
I forget who. I don't know.
I think that brings mine down to 7 though.
7. Chargers by 3 still. I'm still going with it. And finally, Monday Night Football. The
You
Giants
sound so
play
happy.
Shut up. The Giants play in Tampa Bay.
Um, Yikes, because this is a Monday game, and it's against Tampa, who just kind of had a weird day.
So can I give you some stats real quick?
Go ahead.
Daniel Jones is 0-7 in primetime. He is 1-12 in games that start after 4 p.m. in his career.
Man, he likes to go to bed early, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're wearing the full white unis.
We are wearing the throwbacks. The color rush.
They look good.
They're so good. They're so good uniforms. I wear them every time in Madden.
Uh, Poor guys. Probably not probably. The Bucks by
This is so sad. Hearing you say that made me so sad.
Cool. I don't think that Tom Brady is gonna have another bad day. Especially because he likes the spotlight. So, Bucks by. I feel like the Giants' offense, it has been kind of clicking, so I'll go just by 13.
13. All right. So here's the thing. The Giants' offense, we're probably getting Saquon back this week. Right. So he's going to produce. Daniel Jones has been producing pretty well the past few weeks. Our O-line has started to shapen up with Andrew Thomas. Daniel Jones has thrown 100 more yards per game with Andrew Thomas as his left tackle than anyone else. As his left tackle. And our defense has really started to come together. McKinney's gotten a few picks. Bradbury, Logan Ryan in the secondary. Big Dex and Leonard Williams and Ojulari, our second round pick, have been really, really good. Quincy Roche is coming in and doing pretty well. You know? And, Tampa Bay, they've lost 2 in a row. Giants by 3.
The thing is I can see that happening.
Giants by 3.
As a non-bit, I could legitimately see the Giants coming in with the win in this game.
So last year we played Tampa Bay on a Sunday night game, I think.
Yeah.
It was a Sunday night or Thursday night game.
Okay.
And we lost because of a no-call PI on a 2-point conversion that would have tied it. We scored a touchdown with like 30 seconds left in the game. The 2-point conversion would have tied it. And they just did not call pass interference. And that's why we lost. So I mean. And then the year before that, we played the Bucks, and Daniel Jones made his first start. And we beat the Bucks.
Really?
Yeah, granted, that was his first ever start and his first ever win. Now, granted, that was the Jameis Winston 30 for 30 season. But we still did win. And I can see the Giants upsetting here, and I can also see the Giants losing by 20.
Yeah, that's why I said I could see your prediction.
Yeah. So it's gonna be fun. I'm predicting Giants. I don't give a fuck.
No, go for it.
I'm predicting them. We're a good enough team. I say as we're about to drop to 3-7.
Huh.
All right. Any hot takes? Anything else before we wrap up today?
Not really. I mean, there's not really much to say. This has just been a strange year of football. A lot of bad games, honestly.
It has been.
Gosh, I don't know. There's nothing really like hot takey about this week.
Yeah.
Oh,
This week was already. Oh, go.
I reminded me of a post I saw, and it was like, if the Patriots win the Browns game, they have like a 78% chance of winning of going to the playoffs, and if they lose, they have like a 36% chance. So I could just say hot take, we're going to playoffs.
That's not hot anymore, though. If they have an 80% chance to go, that's not hot. That's lukewarm at best.
Yeah, well, I'm grasping at straws for a hot take.
Giants make the playoffs as the 7 seed, only to get reamed by Green Bay.
What's your schedule?
Not good. I'll tell you that much.
Who do you play?
It's not great.
Bucks, Eagles, Dolphins, Chargers, Cowboys, Eagles, Bears, football team.
It's winnable.
Why?
It's a very winnable schedule.
You could honestly, Bucks game aside, you could win Eagles, you could win Dolphins, you can win Chargers. Cowboys probably not. You can win the other Eagles game. You can definitely win the Bears game, and you can definitely win the Washington game. Why are you making the playoffs this year?
I don't know.
No,
Don't get my hopes
I'm
up
saying
too
like,
high,
why is
though.
that actually a possibility? That actually is a possibility.
I know, and I hate it.
We're gonna
'Cause
throw
we do
back
not
to
deserve the playoffs.
throw back to this episode when they make the playoffs.
Yeah. That's my hot take.
All right. Anything else?
All right. No, that's it. I'm ready. I'm good.
All right.
I'm all done.
As to busy college students, you may be one. You may you know. We have busy
We're the
schedules.
college students. Yeah, we're the busy college students. I
Yeah.
don't know why you're addressing the audience as busy college students.
No, I said as we are.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can't listen. I'm sorry. I'm tired.
Anyways, we're busy college students. You may be wondering why no Minga Power Half Hour. We're working on it. We have a lot of behind the scenes stuff we're doing with our friends and other games. We're thinking of what?
Nothing.
We're thinking.
I'm listening to you talk, and I'm like, wait, what? Oh yeah.
We're thinking of branching off into more games and such. I keep giving the example of Brewster Teeth because of all the stuff they do. Because that's kind of the idea of what we're trying to head into the future. We want to produce more content because Anthony and I just genuinely enjoy doing this.
Yeah, we want to be a mixed bag of content. And we make good content.
Yeah. Look out for some nice stuff in the future. It's being worked on, so just give us a minute. We have busy schedules. We're trying our best balancing school life and Minga. But thank you all for watching. If you are listening to this podcast live, make sure to go on our YouTube channel. Yeah, we love you.
If you listen live, you're a top tier. You're a top tier kind of person. If you listen on YouTube, you're still great. We don't discriminate here.
And if you're listening to it audio only, you're still great.
You're even better.
Yeah. You're branching out.
You're really branching out.
Yeah, but we stream this usually between Tuesday and Thursday. Hopefully Tuesdays. Around between 7 and 9, we usually like to start. Usually around 8. Nacho twitch.tv/Nacho Live. The O is a 0. If you'd like to watch your podcast on YouTube, I timestamp everything. So if you'd like to just quickly look through what our predictions are, what we thought of each game, everything's timestamped. Right now it's Minga Sports Podcast. Subject to change. We're thinking of a different channel name.
We're still keeping Minga though.
Yeah, we're theming around Minga. If you'd like to listen to your podcast in audio only format, they're on all podcast platforms. So just search it up. It's there. And that's about it. Thank you all for listening, watching, and being a part of the Minga community. We love you all. And do you have anything else?
No.
So
have a good night, everyone.
Yeah, have a good night. I'll catch y'all Mingas on the flip. Word to your mother. Peace out, home slice.